Hey guys, MrRTGChief, and here is a Black Ops 2 gameplay. This is kill confirmed on shipment, or carrier, my bad. And I go 30 and 19. A pretty good game, I think. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is, first off, Assassin's Creed 4. The official trailer, world premiere trailer, dropped yesterday, or today actually. I know that it came out 2 days ago or yesterday because it was leaked, but Ubisoft was trying their best to just take them down before today. But anyway, I saw it early, unfortunately, or not fortunately, and it is amazing. I really like it. It looks like it's going to be really fun. I was just kind of looking through the trailer and trying to pick out little pieces of new stuff that might be in the game. Now, one thing I noticed that was cool is, yes, in the previous Assassin's Creed you could swim, but like you can never really go underwater in the ocean and kind of swim around to different like ships and boats and stuff like that, which is something I saw in there, which looks like you can do, and that looks really cool. Other things is if you kill somebody of interest, like in the trailer, you can if they have like a date with them, you walk along with that date for a certain amount of distance and go somewhere else, so you're not noticed. So, and also there was the appearance of Blackbeard. It was awesome. Anyway, I think that was really cool, and I cannot wait till that game comes out. It looks absolutely amazing. One thing that I thought was kind of funny is that if you look at, what is his name? I already forget the guy's name. I just had it in my mind. Blank. Or whatever. Anyway, the new assassin, if you look at his, like, dress, oh wow, that sound came out. If you look at his outfit, if you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's like 4. He's holding He's holding a gun. There's 2 in his chest, 1 in his satchel, and 1 in his back. Like, this dude is ready. It's pretty interesting. So that's all I have to say about that. Oh yeah, one more thing. Everything that I mentioned in my last video is correct. For the most, yeah, everything I mentioned in my video is correct. And I think that's really cool that rumors came true. So next topic. Minecraft. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've done previous YouTube channels where I've done this, and I actually really enjoy it, but I feel like I get going and then stop. Like, I never really get anywhere with it, and it just becomes a dead series, which I don't want it to do. Like, I want to have this continue to go on and on and on. Like, for example, the Syndicate Project, he does the Minecraft project, he's done 200 plus episodes, and I think that's great. And I kind of want to do something similar to that, but in my own kind of style, with my own kind of commentary, and I think that'd be really cool. But what I want to talk about is what you guys would want to see. Things like, do you want it to be just me doing survival mode, surviving, building stuff with, I have to craft everything together, like I actually have to find the stuff and build this awesome house, mansion, property? Or do you guys want me to do it on creative and build cool different structures, because I can do really cool things, like build structures and buildings and landscapes and stuff like that? Or do you want both? 2 separate series, like one I do once or twice a month, and I showcase my best buildings, say something like that. Or I could also do that where it's a survival mode, and it's just like my daily things on survival, which is pretty interesting, which I like both ideas, or one or the other. And also, one thing I wanted to mention is, if the survival series, if I can make a server, and if you want, say, one of my friends to be in there, and it'll be 2 people, because I know some people like to watch two people interact and do stuff, not just one person talking about what they're doing, what they're going to do next, which is also interesting. But it's even more interesting, I think, when there's another person with it, just helping along, doing stuff with them, and it creates conversation. People are going at each other, not necessarily in a fighting manner, but in a cooperative kind of feel. And I think that if there was two people, it would generate more topics, generate more conversation. It wouldn't just me staring at a computer screen, just talking to myself like I'm doing now. But anyway, I think I'll debate upon it. If you have any suggestions, you guys can put it in the comments below. But I think that's something that I'm really considering about doing. So next topic. Next gen consoles, like we know they're coming. They've announced the PS4 and Xbox 720 is implied it's coming, and the big debacle about the whole thing is used games. First off, Sony said that they weren't going to allow used games. And some people didn't care. Other people really cared. I personally would care about it. But the reason behind that is because, alright, so the publishers and developers put out a game. Alright, they sell it and say you don't want it anymore and you give it back to GameStop. Well, see, when you give it back to GameStop, they resell it and they make a profit. See, with that, their used games, the developer doesn't get their own profit back. But one thing that then they said, you know what, never mind, we just have that patent out, and we think that our audience doesn't want this, so we're going to keep used games. And now they have a middle ground between the two, which is, you know what, we're not going to enforce it, it's the developer's decision. And kind of like what Battlefield 3 does, is if you buy the game used, you have to buy a $5 pass to play on multiplayer, which is one of those kind of initiatives. I personally think it's stupid. I mean, I do realize that they're trying to get their little slice of pie out of their game, like kind of give it a more of a long tail, but I personally don't like it because, you know what, say for example, like you have a bunch of friends and you have one, and say you're not so sure you want to get this game, alright? Say you borrow that game from a friend, and just to try it instead of paying $8 for Blockbuster or $11 a month for GameFly, and you borrow it from a friend and play it, and you're like, oh yeah, I want this, so you go out and buy it, and then that way the developers get money unless they buy it used or something like that. But anyway, I think that it's a good idea that Sony and in the next gen consoles like Sony and Microsoft aren't going to enforce it upon the developers, that the developers get to make the decision themselves, which is giving them more freedom with it. Also, next thing for the next gen consoles is that PS4 has been confirmed for Assassin's Creed 4. Ubisoft said that because, you know, usually the PlayStation, their DLCs come late with just about any game. For example, Skyrim, Bethesda was like, you know what, we're not going to make it until we feel like it for Dragonborn or Dawnguard or one of the newer DLCs. They're just like, you know what, no, we don't feel like doing it, it's too much work. It's because Sony, they're just like, you know what, we're going to make our own stuff. We're not going to keep everything the same. So they have to completely make new ports and do all kinds of stuff and to have it work on the PS3. That's just an example, though. So what Ubisoft is doing is, if you buy the game on PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, they're giving you 60 extra minutes of content, which is awesome. So if you have a PlayStation 3 or you're getting the PlayStation 4, good for you. That's great. And I personally think that's a good idea because, you know, Sony's PS3 gets stuff late. And I realized that maybe Microsoft, if they wanted to do it, you have to pay, say, 800 Microsoft points or $10 to do it. So the offer is still available for them. It's just that you have to pay for it extra, even though and plus Xbox, they get their stuff early because you have to pay for that service. You have to pay for Xbox Live. As we're Sony, it's an option if you want to pay to get stuff some early. So yeah, that's all I really have today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We won time limit out though, but we were 3 away. Whatever. Here's that final kill cam. And you know what? Rate, comment, subscribe. Like this video, share it where you do, and I will see you guys later.